Hello baseball fans, hope everybody's doing awesome out there, enjoying the summer, eating some barbecue. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. Brand new YouTuber, so really appreciate your support and it helps me grow. Hey, and you're going to get notified on some awesome content. So today I thought we could talk about a player who's buzzing around the internet, and it's nobody else but first baseman for the Washington Nationals, Mr. Josh Bell. That's right, there's going to be a lot of teams lining up and sniffing at him this year. And why? Well, Washington just stinks. He's going to be a free agent after next year. So Washington's going to trade him out and see if they can get at least one, maybe two decent prospects in return. I think Josh Bell is going to be a little bit lower than a lot of other players, which is why teams are going to get aggressive for him. And why are teams going to get aggressive? Well, let's look at his stats, because he's having a great season. In fact, some are saying one of the best seasons of his career. Right now, he's hitting an impressive .311. He's got 13 home runs and 50 ribbies. If you look at that compared to his usual career numbers, which is around a .267 average, he's actually clipping about 50 points higher than his norm. On top of all that, he's got an impressive walk rate of 11.2%, so he's really seeing the plate well. Strikeout rate is average at 13.5, so no concerns there. And even more impressive, his hard hit rate right now is 45.5%. So when this guy can hit it, he hits the ball hard. Kind of like Toronto and Vladdy. I'm not saying that Josh Bell is Vladdy, but he hits the ball hard. The other thing that's getting a little bit underscored in Josh Bell is how much he's improved defensively this year. It's always been very questionable. People compared him defensively to somebody like Napoli, so not a good comparison there. But right now, his defensive run save is +3, and his outs above average is +1. So he's been able to turn that around. Whether that's luck or merit, I guess we'll just have to see going into next season. But with all these things combined, there's going to be some teams sniffing at him. And who are the teams that are going to be sniffing at this guy this year? Well, I think it ultimately comes down to 5 big teams and 2 of them battling it out. 2 teams that I think are going to be doing their homework but ultimately fall short. One's going to be my Toronto Blue Jays, because I think right now they're going to pivot themselves, or at least hopefully, to pitching and bullpen help. And secondly to that, it's going to be the Seattle Mariners. And the Mariners are going to be very aggressive this trade deadline. And I think they're going to have their sights set on even bigger players. Check out that vlog to come. So that leaves us with 3. One of them that I think is getting a little bit under the radar is the Boston Red Sox. I could certainly see the Boston Red Sox getting sneaky and adding Josh Bell there if they can pull it off. His contract certainly fits within the Boston parameters for their payroll. They don't want to be paying a ton of taxes. So Josh Bell could certainly go to Boston. But at the end of the day, the 2 teams that are going to be battling it out is going to be the Mets and the Astros. And let's talk about the Mets first, because I think they're going to fall just short. I know the Mets are going to be very aggressive. They got money to spend. Cohen's going nuts. He wants to get that World Series ring this year, especially with everything they've done in their rotation. So I could certainly see them battling it out and getting very close to landing Josh Bell. But ultimately, I think he's going to be going to the Astros. And why the Astros? Well, they have the farm system, so they got prospects that they can throw the Nationals' way to get it done. As I said before, it's not going to be a ton of prospects or high-end prospects to land Josh Bell in the first place. Houston needs help at first base. Nothing against Gurriel. He's just, maybe it's the fact that he's a little bit older now. He's going to be pivoted to a bench player, and you're going to see Josh Bell take his place. On top of Josh Bell, I said earlier, I think Houston's also going to make the trade for Wilson Contreras at the Cubs. So adding Contreras and Josh Bell is really going to solidify their lineup, make it scary, and give them that push going into the postseason. So mark my words, this is my prediction. I think it's everybody's prediction. Josh Bell going to the Houston Astros. Think I'm wrong? You think it's going to be Toronto? Let me know in the comments below. More importantly, I hope everybody stays safe out there. Hit subscribe if you haven't, and we'll talk soon. Take care, guys.